Hi guys, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of my Sketchbook and Doodles tour. As you can see, it's very sunny at the moment. Yeah. So let's get started. So I found another folder called Francis' Fantastic Artwork. And this has fallen out of it. Which is it's just like a pen drawing of houses on a street, really. It's not too bad. I think I was experimenting with shading styles, so you can see some cross-hatching there and things. Honestly, it's not too bad. Considering I drew this in the time period when I was first starting drawing anime stuff, it's honestly not the worst thing I've ever drawn. Yeah. What else have I got here? On the side of this plastic folder, I've got another scene, quite colourful. Probably used coloured pencils for this. And again, this was probably drawn around the same time period. I think that's supposed to be a table, and that's supposed to be a vase. And the vase actually does look like a vase. I'm not too bad with drawing vases. That's supposed to be sunset or something. That's supposed to be like curtains and stuff and things. And I think that's supposed to be a seat or something. I don't know what else it's supposed to be. Or it could be a buffet. I don't know. But it's okay. It's not my best, really. Ah, yes. I think, and this is more of the Harry Potter story thing I was writing. Yeah, it's really stupid. Yes, I'll start from the beginning. It's a very good place to start. Yes. Voldemort and the Death Eaters return, thanks to Lucius Malfoy. What they don't know is Lucius has also released people who were kind and died, including Remus Lupin, Sirius Black, Lily Potter, James Potter, Nymphadora Tonks, and Albus Dumbledore, and more. Lily, Albus, and James Potter witness the return of Voldemort. This is a bit of a different thing. I think these were just ideas I was generating at the time, along with their best friends Rose and Hugo Weasley, and Teddy Lupin. They go to see Professor McGonagall and tell her. She is shocked and asks Neville Longbottom, Professor, to escort them to the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix. They wrote a letter first. Okay. Harry Potter and Ron Weasley are working hard at work. No. Ginny Potter is preparing for Harry's big birthday party. And little does she know, the dead good people come in quietly. Hermione, Luna, and Ginny start singing. The children come in with Neville and try to explain, but their mums don't listen. The children just join in. The good dead people come in, and Ginny presumes they're just guests. Oh god, she wouldn't be stupid enough, to be honest. Harry gets possessed by Voldemort and attacks the Minister. Harry and Ron run from the Ministry. The Minister is not actually the real one. He is a stand-in, as Kingsley has been taken by Voldemort. Harry talks to Ron. He is very upset, understandably. Meanwhile, Ginny sees Voldemort enter with his Death Eaters. They are tied to
a post with fire around them. I had a nice imagination, didn't I? They torture them, but then Harry and Ron enter and fight Voldemort. Voldemort apparates, and so do his Death Eaters. The dead people reveal themselves. They perform for the dead people. What? Then they go and fight V and Death Eaters again. Okay. I've done another piece of writing here. It was a dark, freezing night. The sky was shrouded in ice-cold mist. It was eerily silent. The sky was pitch black. The moon seemed to hide behind the misty clouds. Below the sky... Let's see. Below the sky stood a both intimidating and magnificent mansion. It looked the kind of mansion you would see in a horror story, which, quite ironically, is what the genre of this story is. Suddenly, snow fell to the ground, pelting the greenery of the once beautiful evergreen trees to the icy ground. Eventually the trees, or the remnants of them, developed icicles on their thin branches, which, when more snow fell, the impact and speed of which the snow fell overwhelmed the branches, and they, along with the rest of the tree, went crashing to the once perfect tree. Crashing into the once perfect tree must be, knocking the other evergreens in the forest in the process. Often the ruined trees would crash into the mansion, which caused the old building to develop cracks and to look older than it was. There were rumours surrounding this mansion that there had been disappearances which had happened around that mansion. I've repeated myself too much with this. Mostly everyone now, however, were adamant that such rumours were completely improvised. That's not the right word to use. And those who believed in such nonsense were completely out of their minds. It didn't stop people from being curious, however, and every it says initially, people from nearby villages would go to investigate. The more the villagers went, the more times a scream could be heard, and the louder it was. You could hear the scream over the ice-topped mountains, which were actually higher than the highest mountain in the world. This exploration stopped, and not a word was spoken about this, except through myths and stories told to children. The explorers were never seen again until the beginning of this. What does it say? Of this chapter. It's a bit convoluted, that, isn't it? Okay, let's move on to art. I think this was based on some sea huts and stuff I saw when I was on holiday. It's okay. It just looks a bit crammed, I think. I think this was supposed to be like inside an aquarium. Yeah, nothing special really. Here are some spider graphs that I found in the same folder that had to do with Harry Potter. Just pointing out the similarities between Harry Potter and his parents. Oh dear me, I've spelled Quidditch wrong. And that's saying who his children are and all that, and who he's married to. I don't know why I did that. And here are some sunflowers. I used to draw sunflowers quite a lot as a child, because they're my favourite flower. I think they look rather pretty here. It's a big sunflower done in coloured pencils. Very nice and detailed. This is a redrawing of a guinea pig, for some strange reason, which kind of looks quite cute. So yeah, and this was for the GP Games 2010. Yeah, I think this looks quite good. Yeah. And there's a painting I did, which I also found inside that grey folder. It's a bit random, I know. Was kind of good at showing like the illusion of distance in this, but it's definitely not great, is it? And there's another sunflower. Yeah, I had a bit of an obsession with drawing them back in the day. And yeah, I like all the details in this, mind you, it's quite nice. So we're on to my It's Raining Cats and Dogs folder. This is the last one for now. If I find any others, I'll definitely make more videos. So let's get started. And this is Yuki Soma from Fruits Basket. It's quite a cute picture of him. I mean, the anatomy is a little bit off. I mean, I might try redrawing Yuki at some point. I must say, I like how I drew him in his rat form there. It's so cute. Yes, I love that. And there's a generic anime girl. Not great, but yeah. I think I used a mixture of coloured pencils and pens and stuff for this. There's quite a few things in this plastic wallet, so I'll just get them out so I can see them properly. And this is Sage Naruto, which is quite good, but again, the chin's a funny shape. The hair's even wilder than it's supposed to be. It's kind of a bit smaller than that, generally, but honestly, it's not a bad picture of him. I think I was thinking of drawing a picture with Naruto with Sai and Sakura, but yeah, the anatomy is so off with Sakura there, and Sai. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think this was supposed to be my OC Renji side view of him. It's not great. However, this picture of Renji I really do love. He just looks so adorable there. I mean, maybe his hair is not how I normally draw it, but other than that, it's actually not a bad picture. I really like it. This is another picture of Renji with a sword for some strange reason. Yeah, here so you can see. You can see he's got his sword and he's got a Pokeball. Yeah. And he looks pretty cool there, though maybe his pose is a bit off. I don't know. It's not a bad picture. It's not the worst. And we've got some other things here. We've got Kakashi. Yeah, I don't think anatomy-wise it's the best picture of Kakashi, but I tried. It might be better if I move him so you can see this other picture. So yeah, that's Kakashi. And this is Naruto and Sasuke. I was very proud of it back then, but I can see all of the problems with it now. Like the anatomy and stuff, and the shape of the faces. Honestly, at some point I might try redrawing this piece. Yeah.
Paul from Pokemon, which actually looks alright. Yeah. And this is Kisuke Urahara from Bleach, and he looks actually quite good. I mean, his jawline might not be quite right, but it's not a bad picture overall. And this is another picture of Kakashi, which looks a bit better. Yeah. It's not the best picture of Kakashi I've ever drawn, but it's not bad actually. Yeah. And yes, here's the Hermit Sage of Mount Miyaboku, also known as Jiraiya. It's not great. His hair's a bit weird there, and the shape of his face is a bit weird, but you can kind of tell that it's Jiraiya. Yeah. And this is supposed to be Ash's Infernape through all of its evolutionary stages, and I believe I did put this on YouTube along with some of the other pictures I've just shown you. It's not bad. Poses actually aren't that bad considering what my art was like back then. Yeah. Here's another generic anime girl. Yeah, it's not great, is it really? And this is yet another generic anime. This is a generic anime girl using just gold and like this reddy pinky pen thing. I can't remember what materials I used for this, but they were not what I usually use. Yeah, the anatomy's all over the place, but at the time I really liked the piece. Yeah. And this is Naruto and Minato. At the time I was reading the Naruto manga, and Naruto and Minato were fighting alongside each other, and it was just awesome. It was so touching to see the two of them finally getting to be together as father and son, even if it wasn't for very long, and in the middle of a war. This picture's kind of cute. I can kind of see the anatomy issues here, but I actually still kind of like the piece. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that was definitely drawn before that picture I just showed you. Yeah, I forgot this even existed. Oh goodness, there's so much Tobirama here. There's Tobirama, not a great picture. Well, a lot of these are great pictures, I should warn you. Yeah. Ugh. And that's Minato and Tobirama. Yeah. I think that's Minato and Tobirama there. And that's like I think I was trying to draw Naruto there, but yeah. And I also drew this piece when I was reading the War Arc of Naruto. Yeah, this is Minato reacting to Naruto's ability to use Sage Jutsu. Why he's upside down, I don't know. Yeah. Actually not too bad a picture. But everything else on the back of this piece, or around this piece, are pretty bad, and I'll show you now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, I know, this is hideous.
So yes, this is Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. Yeah, it's not too bad, considering what my artwork was like back when I drew this. I mean, the anatomy with the arms is a bit weird. And the shape of his face is a bit weird, but eh. And this is Sage Naruto. I think this was based off one of the Naruto Shippuden endings. Dive, I think it was called. As you can see, the anatomy is just a mess. Yeah, it's not great. I might try redrawing this at some point. Yeah. Okay, let's see what the next page has in store for us. Ah yes, and this is Naruto on Gamakichi, I think. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. The pose is a bit weird, but it's overall not too bad. I'll zoom in so you can see it properly. The eyes are a bit disproportioned and the hair's a bit weird, but it was a good attempt, I think. I might try redrawing this at some point. I say that about a lot of drawings, it doesn't necessarily happen, but maybe is that Gamabunta? I don't know. It's one of Naruto's toads anyway. Yeah. This is Haruhi Suzumiya from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And the anatomy is just a mess here, as you can tell. Yeah, that shoulder is just weird. And the eyes are a bit of a weird mess too. But at some point I might try redrawing this as well. Touch wood anyway. Yeah. And this is Sylveon, which looks very adorable. I absolutely adore Sylveon. And I mean the writing there is a bit but it's a good picture, I think. Not one of my best, but it's pretty good. And this is Def the Kid. This is Def the Kid, and you've probably seen this on my YouTube off ages ago. Yeah, the anatomy is actually decent here, actually. Maybe the shape of the chin isn't quite right in the ears. It's not too bad, actually. Yeah. And this is my OC, Renji. And I think he looks very, very cute here. I can see the imperfections there of his eyes and stuff. But it's honestly quite a cute picture. So this is my drawing of Naruto and Jiraiya. I think it's from that filler episode where Naruto's learning to do collaboration ninjutsu, and then he just kind of has a rest with Jiraiya and falls asleep. Somehow this picture was very, very popular when I first posted it. There's even one person who featured it on their page, and that was just so nice of them. I can see some things that aren't quite right about it now, though, like the shape, like that, how Jiraiya's face was done there, and Naruto's hands too. But despite that, I still love this piece. I was just so proud of it when I made it, and I still feel a lot of pride when I look at it. I might redraw this at some point, but I still love how it looks here anyway. Yeah. Probably should have signed it or something. And this is a drawing of Luffy from One Piece. Yeah, it's not great really. It's just, I don't know. I mean, the anatomy is a bit weird, and the colouring's a bit weird, and it's just a bit weird. The arms are a bit weird. I mean, Luffy has super stretchy arms, but it doesn't look quite right to me. Yeah. And here's a picture I did of the starter Pokemon from Pokemon X and Y. Fennekin, Chespin and Froakie. Fennekin looks a bit weird there. I don't know, they all kind of look a bit weird there, but I kind of like this piece. I don't know why. Yeah. And here's a picture of a wolf I did quite a while ago. I think it looks quite good. I've only drawn a few pictures of wolves, but I think I followed some kind of tutorial or something to learn how to do it. But it's honestly not bad. Yeah. I used marker pens to draw this. Yeah. I think the eyes are probably my favourite part of this picture. And this is reanimated Sage Minato. It's probably not the best picture of Sage Minato I've drawn, but it's not bad. I think it looks alright. Might redraw him at some point. If any of you have seen the film Naruto Blood Prison, you'll recognise this scene. That's Ryozetsu, and that's Sage Mode Naruto. How on earth he manages to have his Sage cape on every time he enters Sage Mode in the film is beyond me, but I really enjoyed the film. And this is quite a good picture, though I can see a lot of faults with it now. At the time I was very proud of it. Yeah, I might redraw this at some point. And this is my Eureka Atsushi, with and without his makeup on. People did say that the face shape and stuff wasn't quite right on this part of the picture. And I'm going to take that into consideration the next time I try and draw him like that. But I still really like this picture. And this is a crossover piece with Naruto and Sasuke in Uryu and Ichigo's outfits. Interesting fact for you, Sasuke and Uryu share the same Japanese voice actor, and Uryu and Shino have the same English voice actor. I think I also based this on the song Aesthetics and Identity, which is a song that Ichigo and Uryu sing together. Do 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 aesthetics and identity. It goes something like that. Something like that. The only thing is, the only problem with this, Sasuke's hair, Sasuke's hand. No, I can see other problems with this picture as well. The eyes are too close to each other in both of their faces. But yeah, I still quite like this piece. I always loved Uryu's outfits. I just thought they were so cool. I mean, one day maybe I'll cosplay as them. But I don't know. And this is just a random assortment of things now. Here's Reggie and Renji, my OC, together. In my post-Sinnoh story, they're good friends and rivals. That's why they're like next to each other. They have a friendly rivalry. It's not like Ash and Paul's. It's more of a Zoe and Dawn kind of relationship. Reggie is just a bit awkward looking there, mind you. His face looks a bit squished. There's Kakiyama, my other OC. Yeah. And there's Sage Minato and Sage Naruto. I kind of like this picture, but I kind of don't. Minato's hand is so awkward there, and their eyes are really close together, especially Naruto's eyes. But it's kind of cute, the picture as well. I just love those two so much. And this is Ichigo Kurosaki after doing training with his dad to beat Aizen. I always get confused by calling it the final Getsuga Tensho form, but that's not actually the final Getsuga Tensho form. It's when he uses Zangetsu's power to make his hair all black. It does other things as well, but that's one thing I remember about it. Yeah, it's okay. It just, the anatomy with the face is just a bit weird. Yeah. And this is Byakuya Kutsuki from Bleach, using Zenbon Zakura Kageyoshi. His face actually doesn't look too bad. It's just the rest of his body that looks a bit weird. I like the sakura petals around him, mind. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'll turn this around. Apologies if you can't see this very well, it's very sunny here, and it's affecting how I'm filming a bit. And this is Animal from the Muppets, which looks really good. Yeah, I love how I've drawn Animal there. Interesting fact, there used to be a song in Muppets Christmas Carol called When Love Was Gone, but they took it out of the DVD release, and because of that I've kept the original VHS tape, because it irritates me to no end that they took that out. It is so annoying to me. Apparently they're doing a re-release of it though, with the song put back in, but like without the song it was like weird because it gave Scrooge some character development and it just didn't make sense without it. And there's Kermit, looking really good actually. I think it's a good picture of Kermit, though he kind of looks like he has a buck tooth there. Apart from that, it's pretty good I think. And there's Naruto with glasses on, which looks very, very cute in my opinion. And this is an Anbu Itachi mask that I made ages ago, but probably needs strings attaching to it or something. And unfortunately it did get a bit mucky when I was doing it. At the time I was thinking it would be cool if I did an Anbu Itachi cosplay, but I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. Nevertheless, I still think the mask looks really good. Yeah, I'll zoom in so you can see it properly. Ah yes, even though I can see lots of imperfections with this, I still love this piece. I think this was for a Narahina month one year, and I decided to draw all versions of Narahina up to that point. So yeah, I'll just zoom in so you can see them. Well, you can probably find this piece online anyway. if you just search Narahino Week or look at one of the options on my Tumblr page, you can find it probably. It might take a bit of scrolling, but you'll find it. It's elsewhere as well. So I've got other pieces that I did for Narahino Week as well previously. I haven't done it recently. I haven't done it for the last so many years because I've been busy with things. I've had other things in life to think about, though I do still ship them and stuff. Some more stuff. So, quite a few watercolour pencil pictures here. This is Theru from Tales of Earthsea, which is a Studio Ghibli film, and she looks really good there. I think this is the only time I've actually tried drawing her, and that was straight after I watched the film. I really enjoyed that film. This is Ray from Free, and I think he looks really, really good. Was definitely improving at that point. I mean, maybe the shoulders are a bit weird, but it's really good. I'm really pleased with how it came out. This is Sarada being patted on the head by Naruto in Naruto Gaiden. It's not the best picture, I know, it's kind of blurred a bit, and fine liner and paint's kind of... And the fine liner and paint's kind of ugh. I know, like, the colouring is not the best, it's kind of smudged quite a lot. But yeah. And this is Naruto and Obito. And I really like this picture. I think it's really good. I need to draw more out of those two. And this is a big picture of the Vizards from Bleach. This is before they were accused of betraying the Soul Society. And this is after. This was when Ichigo met them. I really, really love this picture. I was proud of it when I drew it, and I'm still proud of it today. I think a lot of other people liked it as well. I just love the expressions of the characters here, and I just love how I drew their designs as well. And this is Sarada and Naruto in Naruto Gaiden. This is basically a redrawing from the manga. I think I might try and redraw this again, because I think the anatomy's a bit off with Naruto's eyes there. And the speech bubble is a bit squished there. But nevertheless, it's a decent enough picture. It's not bad for my first attempt. And this is also a redrawing from the Naruto Gaiden manga of Sakura and Sasuke and Sarada all together. I did redraw this later, but for a first attempt this actually isn't too bad. And this is Ellen Light from Death Note. At the time I was really pleased with its picture, but the anatomy's a bit weird, and Elle's neck and stuff, and the faces and stuff, but I still love it. I love the detailing in Light's hair. It just looks really cool to me. And Elle's facial expressions are really good. Maybe at some point I'll redraw this. I don't know. And this is Lena Lee from D. Greyman. I think this was based off the D. Greyman opening Innocent Sorrow, where she's standing with her hands over her eyes, like that. Considering I suck at drawing hands, this is actually not too bad. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's actually not too bad. The anatomy with the arms is a bit weird, but aside from that, it's actually not a bad picture. And this is Kiyosoma from Fruits Basket, and he looks really good there. Yeah, I think that was at the time when I was starting to actually shade pictures a little bit, as you can see. Yeah. I love how I did his hair. It looks really good. I mean, it doesn't look perfect by any means, but I still really love this piece. And this is Urza Scarlet in her Heaven's Wheel armour. And I just love the detailing in this. I just love the detailing in her hair here. It's not my favourite piece that I've done of Urza, but I just think it looks really cool. And this is Sarada from Naruto Gaiden, and she looks really good there. I love a little smile. Oh, precious little peanut. Oh. And this is Iroh from Avatar The Last Airbender. I think I called this piece 4 Seasons. I love this piece. It's just so cool. I think this is the first time I actually drew Iroh. And considering that, it's amazing for the first time, I think. At least in my opinion. This is Sabo and Ace from One Piece, and I just love this piece. I love how it looks. I love how they've got the same facial expressions, and I just love how I coloured them. Maybe Sabo's scar is a bit too dark, but apart from that, I just love the picture. And I think this picture of Conan was for like a challenge, like a pen challenge, where you just had to draw something in pen without using a pencil. And I really love how this looks. As you can see the quote, "This time I pray you will be the blossom of hope that never wilts." I just love how Conan looks there. I mean, maybe the anatomy is slightly off with the eyes, but I'm just drawing with a pen without any pencil. So it's pretty good for that, I think. And here are a few sketches I've done. And this is Ibuki from Naruto.
in the tuning exams arc. I really like this piece. Looks really good. I don't really draw Ibuki very much, so I'm very pleased with how this came out. And there's Chespin. Looks a bit fat there, but he's kind of cute. I don't know whether I actually ever posted this, but he looks really cute there. There's a love disc. I think love disc doesn't look quite right there. Maybe the heart needs to be a bit wide. Like, it needs to be a bit thinner and a bit like longer. There's a Pokeball, and there's Charmander for some random reason. And Love Disc just looks like it's attacking Charmander. It's just, it's weird. There's Edo Tensei Minato, looking adorable. Maybe the anatomy with the eyes is slightly off and the neck isn't quite right. Aside from that, it's quite nice. It's quite a nice piece. So this is adult Naruto, looking cool. And there's Renji and Kakeyama, my OCs. They look really cool there. And here are some other sketches that were part of the page with Kakeyama and Renji on. There's Ash, mechanical pencil next to him. That's supposed to be me, side view, which doesn't look very good. And that's supposed to be Naruto and Sasuke with incredibly long necks. Yeah. And this is Kagura from Gintama, looking very cute there. As I said, I still need to watch Gintama properly, but I've heard it's very good. That's Elizabeth from Gintama. And there's Elizabeth again from Gintama. And this was part of an animation I did where Sarada met young Naruto. Yeah, if I turn this over, you can see this page is full of all of the parts I was going to add to the animation. So yeah. You can see all the facial expressions there. In a Sarada. I didn't draw her glasses. Yeah, there you go. And there's Chibi Minato, Paul, and Naruto. So there you go. And there are a few pieces here I did for Naruto Week. So this is like a fashion thing. I have no idea about fashion, so I just tried to come up with something that looked kind of cool. And there's another piece for Naruhito Week. And they're listening to some music on an iPod. Yeah, I could have picked another iPod, but I still use my iPod Classic, which I just prefer above other iPods, because I'm picky and I don't like change. And there's a random Rinnegan for no reason. And this is Millie Molly Mandy. She's from the children's book series Millie Molly Mandy, and I used to read those books as a child, and I really enjoyed them. Millie Molly Mandy, sweet as sugar candy, pretty little eyes of blue. Walking out with you. Do 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 do. And if any
of you had World Book Day. One year for World Book Day, I actually dressed up as her. I had like the pink and white dress and everything. I just used my normal hair for it, but if I ever find any pictures of it, if any of you want to see it, I'll send them on to you. But yeah, that's how much I liked the boobs as a kid. I personally love this picture. It's very cute. Yeah. As for the other pictures, I really love the iPod one. I just think it's really cute. As for the fashion one, I'm not sure. I just think the anatomy's a bit weird there, but I did try. And this is my redrawing of the Sasu Saku scene, Naruto 699. Considering I'm rubbish at drawing hands, that actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Why didn't I draw Sakura's mark on her forehead? I don't know. It's actually pretty decent, the picture. And some more sketches here. So this is a redrawing of my stuffed toy Olaf that I have. I think it kind of looks kind of cute, but kind of goofy at the same time. Yeah. And this is Nagato. He looks alright, just a bit of a weird positioning. I've got the page folded over a bit so you can't really see it properly, but yeah, it's okay. It's nothing special. There's adult Naruto and Jiraiya. It's kind of nice piece. His nose is a bit of a weird angle there, but other than that, I quite like the picture. And this is adult Naruto and Gaara in watercolour pencils, and I really like this piece. It's one of my many favourites. Although Gaara looks a bit cross-eyed there, and a bit too serious. Well, Gaara is quite a serious person, anyway. Still, I think that it shows their friendship really well. Yeah. And this is Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and she looks really good. She actually looks like her. I think I did a good job with her. Yeah. And this is Nick Wilde from Zootopia or Zootropolis, wherever you come from. And I think he looks really good there. I've got the smug face spot on there. And this is Judy Hopps, again from the same film. And she looks kind of cute. And there's random Naruto eye. This is Def the Kid. I think I was experimenting with pastels and stuff at that point. And Def the Kid just looks like he's going to kill someone because they did something asymmetrical. Just so awkward. It's like one of my worst pictures of Def the Kid, I think. There's a flower and another flower, which looks very pretty. Yes. I knew there was a reason I placed those below there. And this is random. This is Six Paths Sage Mode Naruto. Looking very cool there. This is Naruto and Black Star. Hyper. Yeah, it's I
put them together because I thought like they're very similar in personality, like being very hyper a lot. Naruto's eyes are a bit too far apart here, I think, though. Black Star's facial anatomy isn't great either, but, you know, it was fun to draw, I think. And there's adult Shikamaru. Looks pretty cool. And there's adult Sasuke, who looks a bit weird there. And here's adult Naruto, looking very serious, but also very cool at the same time. And now, if any of you guys remember a film called The Swan Princess, here are some of the main characters from it. Jean Bob, Princess Odette, Speed, and Puffin. All of which I think look really good here. Interesting fact, John Cleese was the one who voiced Jean Bob. I love the Swan Princess growing up. I still have a particular fondness for it. Thank you very much for watching Season 2, Episode 7 of my Sketchbook and Doodles tour. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!